Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Pillars of Eternity. I just realized nothing happened in the last video. It was just like coming to town, picking up some companions, skipping through some dialogue, and like managing things stats. But you know what? I'm just doing this because it's fun and it's a game I want to play. So again, I apologize if this is not your cup of tea, but it's just what I want to do, man. So we're in Gilded Vale. And what I'm going to do here is just pick up some quests. So this lady here is the sister of Kalisha, the warrior who helped us find some spring berries and then promptly died. Now, Afra wants somebody who will go to a witch lady that's nearby and get her to make a magic potion. This is stealing, so I'm not going to go ahead and raid those shelves just yet. So that's a quest that we'll have to do later. And it's a good quest because even though it is sort of a fetch quest, it's kind of interesting. There's a little bit of a plot twist. It makes logical sense. Like it's not like, I need 10 spider legs for a stew. It's like, you know, it makes sense. There's this really hard times have fallen upon the land. Babies are being stillborn. The local lord is murdering anybody who gives birth to a stillborn baby. So it's like, yeah, you know, if I were a mom, I would totally want to, like, go and get a potion from a crazy witch lady to help make sure that my baby's not born soulless. But, like, I'm just a woman. How am I supposed to cross, like, these dangerous lands that are, like, infested with bandits and enemies? You know, so of course I'm gonna, like, you know, get some adventurers to do it for me. Like, it actually makes sense, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know what house I just went into. I think it's just a random house. Yeah, these gold-backed people, this is not my favorite example of storytelling in this game. Basically, they're people whose souls you can reach out to and, like, get a flashback of a past life. But it's just like, and then you just like read a story and then it's done. So it's not the most exciting thing in the world. I do wish that if they had done something with it, it was a bit more fleshed out. So then there's the smithy, where you can of course go shopping for some weapons. One of the problems the smithy is having is that a shipment has been grievously delayed. This is maybe not the most creative quest of all time, but you gotta go investigate the nearby woods to find out what happened with the shipment.
Good day to you.
When you do that, he gives you a discount on stuff, and I don't think I have anything to sell. I still I keep going in here like, oh, maybe I got something I can sell, but there's nothing to sell. I actually do have to, however, make some changes. First of all, this potion should be, if I'm going to use it, I might as well have it out. Then I need to give this war bow to my rogue, because the rogue is actually a ranged character. Oh yeah, I should sell off the spear and shield, which serve no purpose.
Good day to you.
Okay, bop, bop. Where'd it go? Did it go into my stash? Why would it go into the stash? That doesn't make any sense. I pressed the shift key. Anyway, he's got some weapons here. These are some, you know, interesting, unique weapons. They're not that good, but, you know, it's something you can try to save up for early in the game. There's no special armor here, although getting a breastplate or some mail armor is not bad for, you know, 9 damage resistance compared to Eddar's starting 7 is certainly tempting. Anyway, though, I'm really hoping to find a two-handed weapon. Oh, you know what I could have done? Oh my god, you know what? I missed an opportunity, folks. I just realized this. When I made the rogue, I should have made him someone who starts with a two-handed weapon. Then I could have given that to Eddar, who actually needs one. But he'll just have to make do with his, you know, shield for the time being. And we'll find something before too long. So we got a quest there. And then there's actually kind of an annoying quest up here. So basically, this is actually, like, the story is interesting. The quest is just mechanically not very interesting. So basically, there's these farmers who are pissed at the miller because he's giving preferential grain prices to other people in the town. So he's letting other people buy the grain for cheaper than he's letting the farmers who actually, like, grew the wheat. And he's doing it because he basically thinks the farmers are a bunch of asshole thugs, uncultured boors and all that, and he's letting, like, you know, the guards and the pregnant lady have preferential prices. He thinks it all makes sense. And the farmers are sort of right, but they are also kind of assholes. So, yeah. Unfortunately, there's no way to finish the quest right here unless you have 14 resolves. If you have 14 resolve, you can actually finish the quest like right now in this dialogue conversation. Unfortunately, if you don't have 14 resolve, you have to go to the inn and either buy the farmers a round of beer and convince them to lay off the miller or threaten them, and then you resolve the quest that way. Or you can alternatively listen to the farmers and be like, wow, you guys are right, that miller is a giant flaming douchebag. Then you can go back up there and tell the miller that he's a giant flaming douchebag, and you'll kill him if he keeps doing it, and then you can resolve the quest that way. So there's a couple different ways you can resolve the quest, but both of them involve going down to the tavern and then going back up to the millers. It's just kind of a big pain. Did I really not discover the road south? I really didn't. Okay, so we're gonna run along down here. By the way, I think there's some secret spots in the village, so I really should be in scouting mode now that I actually have a character with 4 mechanics. Probably missing out on some little trinket somewhere for some extra money. But, yeah, we'll just deal without for now. And so now, I think in this video, maybe what I'll do is just clear out this next area, Magran's Fork, and pick up our next companion. So...
easy does it.
We're going to go ahead and follow the road for a little bit. This is definitely metagaming. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. Because just down the road, just along the river bend, as it were, can you paint with all the colors of the wind, is... Ooh, hey, look at that. So even though we're out in the open, we find some secret stuff in the debris. So this is a priest. Now I have mixed feelings about this priest, because on the one hand he's really funny and his backstory is super cool. On the other hand, he's a priest, and I don't actually like priests. Now this is one thing I was talking about before, where the game lets you kind of customize how you want to play it. Everybody will tell you priests are amazing and they're super broken, and that's true, but it's not really true until higher levels. So at higher levels, priests are fantastic because their spells are just ridiculously good, but early on, they just don't do very much damage. They don't have enough natural stats to be good
never know I'm here.
Tanks, and so they're just someone who every once in a while can throw out a buff that doesn't even seem to make that much of a difference. And I'm just basically having him in the party now because he takes up a slot. You could very reasonably just not have him and replace him with a generic character, but we'll keep him around for laughs. All right, here we go. We got a wolf, so let's go ahead and start the party. I do need to reset the hotkey because this is a new fighter now, so we'll try to knock this wolf prone. We'll go into frenzy mode with the barbarian. Now the priest has a once per encounter ability that heals everybody in an area, and it also deals damage to undead. And you can also take a talent to improve it or change it and do other things with it. But I think in this situation, if this wolf is alone, we're just going to... What? Wait. What's going on? Oh god, my rogue is trying to use his freaking fists. Okay, he's trying to use his fists, and he just got besieged by another wolf. Oh my god. How did this go so wrong? Okay, so where's Mr. Barbarian? Right there. Okay, so we're gonna go do that wolf. Oh, Durance is trying to fight with a quarterstaff. God darn it. Okay. So we'll shoot at the wolf, and we'll shoot another one of these dazing things. And try to... We need to bring this wolf down Esperanto here. He's attached to the rogue. That's one thing I like about this game, though, is that, like, enemies will just stick to you, and you can't do a whole lot to get them out of your hair. Okay, so the rogue just took a big fat beating. Now, though, let's blind the shit out of this wolf and myrtleize it. These wolves are sort of tough because they do knock you prone, and when you're prone, you're pretty much disabled and very easy to hit. Okay, so the rogue took a bunch of damage, but he still has some endurance left over. Now that he is properly in the back fucking lines and actually has his bow equipped, oh, like someone who isn't a moron, we should be okay. and won't have any further misadventures like this one. I can see my characters can level up. I should really level them up. Leveling up is good. It improves your base stats in addition to giving you new abilities. So we're going to keep going for lore just for the dialogue options, and we get to pick an ability, not to be confused with a talent. So our options are we can go for this Yell that we ignored at level 1 because it sucks and continue to not take it. Savage Defiance heals you a whole bunch. Blooded makes it so that when your health is below 50, you get a substantial damage bonus, but again, I hate those sorts of things, because if you actually go below 50 health, you're really fucked, and this is not going to help you very much. And then this is a movement ability. I'm going to take that because healing, I think, just helps more than any of the other options, which are a little bit too nitpicky for my tastes. So that's the Barbarians level up, pretty simple. Now, wizards are a little bit different. Same with spellcasters. They don't like get abilities the way that martial classes do. They get new spell choices, and at level 3 you get to pick your first level 2 spells. Now, of level 2 spells, Bewildering Spectacle is probably the best. It's one of those really game-changing spells. What it does is it, in a pretty small radius, confuses enemies. Now, when an enemy is confused, it does something different at random every 6 seconds, which is either behave normally, attack one of its allies, walk randomly, or just stand there doing nothing. Now, of course, a quarter of the time it's going to behave normally, but 3/4 of the time it will be essentially disabled, and this lasts for a decent while, 6.5 seconds plus a bonus for his intellect. So this is really nice, because when you get mobbed by a whole bunch of enemies, being able to disable them all is really, really strong. So it's one of the biggest game changers at level 2. Now, the other ones that are pretty good, there's Curse of Blackened Sight, so this blinds enemies for a really long time, like a fucking really long time, in a pretty decent radius. So I'm going to take that because I have a rogue here who's ranged, and the ranged rogue needs a lot of help turning on sneak attack. There are some other good spells, though. Fetid Crest is great. It paralyzes a single target for a decent amount of time. You got your Ray of Fire, which deals a ton of damage in a ray, so it lasts for 10 seconds, and every single second it deals burn damage to the target and everybody in between. So that's pretty nifty. Necrotic Lance is just decent single target damage, pretty high amount of damage just to a single target, no questions asked. You know, so there's a whole lot of good spells here, and we'll end up getting some more of them. But for now, we'll just take these two: one to disable enemies completely, and then one to just help the rogue with sneak attack. If you know the fight's dragging out more, or if the enemy is immune to being confused or something like that. Okay, so that was it for the wizard's level up, and I wonder if my fighter's gonna level up soon. He is indeed. Let's go into stealth mode so we can find anything that's hidden. And yeah, this video is just going to be clearing out this map. I don't remember if there's any really tough fights in this particular map. There's some Adra stones. Ah, okay, here we go. A two-handed weapon for Eder. Maybe not my first choice, but it's alright. This is... So the special thing for the Poleaxe is that it deals 2 types of damage. Now what that basically means is that when you hit an enemy, whichever type of damage they are less resistant to, that's the type that you will deal. So that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I would rather have the S-Stock, that's sort of the fan favorite two-handed weapon. That's the one that just straight up bypasses 5 damage resistance. But this one has a bonus to accuracy and damage for being fine, and it's better than, you know, Sword and Shield, so we're going to go ahead and equip that. By the way, Durance starts with a pretty cool unique two-handed weapon. This is a quarterstaff. It has reach damage. It has bonus fire damage, and it has crush burn damage. This is pretty cool because not a lot of things have burn resistance, so you're likely to get a bonus out of it. Now, he doesn't want to be in melee, but we're going to go ahead and give that to our Barbarian. And there we go. We have our nice reach weapon, which, you know, has a pretty cool ability. Okay, let's go ahead and equip the potion too. For some reason, I thought there was maybe something secret and hidden over here, but I could have remembered wrong. Okay, so let's make our way. There's a ghost person? Why is there a ghost person walking over here? Don't know. Maybe that's like a watcher thing. You get to see him going to his death. Okay, there are some boars down here. It's actually, I think, one of the tougher fights on this map, so I want to make sure that my fighter goes in first, gets as many of them as possible. Meanwhile, my Barbarian will go into Frenzy. The priest kind of get centralized, come up here. And then the wizard, now that everybody's all grouped up, can shoot a little... Oops, that's sorry, that's the rogue. Hang on. Wizard should be able to daze everything. And then the rogue can just shoot at whoever. Bam. Okay, so now they're dazed for the next little while, so the rogue is fine. My barbarian really needs to get in here and actually start doing some damage. Fighters are great tanks. Even though this fighter's getting walloped pretty good, he has that natural ability, which is that he, you know, regenerates damage over time. So I'm not super concerned about him. The rogue can just keep on shooting at things. Hey. Wait, oh, do you have your fists out? Oh no, you have your rod. But I guess the trees were in the way? Oh my god, this fighter, okay, hang on a second. He really took a lot of heat from those boars. Mano, mano. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pop the second wind here. Hopefully... Oh god, am I really not able to hit this boar? Thank you. Okay, so he healed up with second wind, and we're good. So yeah, he healed back up to full. His health is really, really high, so taking a bunch of damage in one fight's not the end of the world. Let's pick up all these boar hides and level him up. Okay, so we'll do athletics one more time. I don't know how much farther I'm going to go with athletics. Maybe I should really just check, I guess, like what's the highest you need for the scripted interactions and see. So let's take a look at our ability choices. Defender's pretty bad. It lets you engage 2 extra enemies, but it lowers your deflection, so it makes you worse at tanking. And then as for the engagement thing, there's a talent you can take to just permanently improve your engagement by 1. There's no need for this modal ability. I just find this to be really, really bad. Discipline Barrage is the other option at level 1. It just boosts your accuracy for a while. It's fine. Guardian Stance is really terrible, so it gives a +10 deflection bonus to allies within 2 meters. It does not affect you, and you suffer a 10 accuracy penalty, which is just horrible. So we're going to grab Confident Aim. It's very simple. Just boost your minimum damage, and it turns some of your grazes into hits. So it's just a damage increase, and it's kind of how you have to tank in this game, I feel, is just improve your damage output, because if you do damage to the enemies, then they are going to consider you a threat, and they're more likely to keep on attacking you. Plus, by doing more damage to enemies, you kill them faster, which is just a darn good thing in general. I feel like going for the pure turtle build in this particular game doesn't work, which is too bad, because I really like the idea of tanking. I think that 4th edition fighter is one of the best designed classes of any RPG of all time, because you know, they deal decent damage, they're very sticky, they're like a melee crowd controller, basically. They're super fun to play, but they're not like broken. They're not like, you know, your other party members are going to be resentful because you're so strong or anything like that. They're just hang on a second, where's my fighter? You know, let's have you go in first. There you go. So you need to get frenzied, and then I'm going to queue up an attack. You can just attack. Wizard, make this thing dazed, and the rogue, I'm going to go ahead and just blind right off the bat here, because that will help Eder take less damage. It'll turn on my sneak attack right away, help other people hit the troll as well, because it lowers their defenses. In fact, that might have been a mistake I made in that last battle with the boars, was not using the rogue's blinding ability. What is this amulet? This is pretty crappy, but until we find something better, I guess, we'll use it. It just increases how much healing you receive. Oh shit, I pressed the wrong button. It increases how much healing you receive, and it boosts your reflex, which is not that great, because there's like an amulet that will boost, you know, your reflex, your fortitude, and your will. I'm not really sure how valuable it is to boost how much healing your character gets. But anyway, we'll put it on. It's something. It'll be worth some money when we sell it eventually. I love how there's these deers wandering around the forest. How is that even possible? There's like trolls and, you know, marauding boars just running around, attacking everything they see. How exactly do the deer survive in this ecosystem? Okay, this is a pretty tough fight. This is one that I could definitely lose at. It's one of those things where it can sometimes seem super easy, but sometimes it ends up being really, really hard. Because she's a mage, and these guys are pretty strong paladins, and paladins are pretty good enemies. I'm going to do a couple of things here. First, I'm going to turn off stealth mode, because sometimes your people stay in stealth mode at the start of a battle, and they move up, like, really slowly. So can you please... I can't actually tell what's on and what's off for stealth mode. Well, anyway, Yeah, so now I'm going to try to see if Eder can knock her down so we can kill her really fast. I'm going to also have my rogue target her. My barbarian is just going to turn on frenzy and kind of wait and see how the battle develops. And then the priest, this fight is a tough one, so I'm going to go ahead and use an ability. Halt is actually pretty decent. It makes an enemy stuck, and what stuck does is it prevents them from moving and it debuffs them.
Hey.
So when these paladins run in, I'm going to halt one of them. Okay, this guy's in range, so I'm going to halt him. That hopefully will reduce the odds of... I'm going to actually have my barbarian target the mage afterwards as well. That hopefully reduces the likelihood of these paladins intercepting me. Now, as for Aloth, this would be a good time to use either the confusion one, or if I think I can have things in hand, the one that blinds them for a really long time. I'm going to wait and see, though. I'm going to just toss this out here first. I'm going to wait and see, though, which one ends up making more sense. Okay. So here's my barbarian. We can target Ludrana. Eder is a little bit cock-blocked, I think, from being able to push her down. So I'm going to go ahead and target someone else with that. And, yeah. Once this is done, with the dazing AoE, I'm going to have him shoot out a debuff. We'll go for the blackened sight here so that the rogue has sneak attack all day long. She is dazed now, so I'm going to see if the rogue can finish her off. My barbarian's attacking her as well. Eder, however, is still on his first thing that I put up. Okay, so we killed the mage. This all seems very easy, but like I said before, I have definitely died at this fight, because if you let the paladins get up to you and stop you from getting up to the mage, then the mage is actually really, really deadly. Okay, we have a great sword, which is slash and pierce, so that's not an improvement. There's a note here that tells you that people are, you know, trying to kill you. Do they have better armor? I think the mail armor might be better. We'll take a look at that. And then a bunch of stuff. Okay. So one thing that happens here is now we killed a mage, so we can pick up the mage's grimoire and learn spells from it. So I can learn Fetid Caress and Necrotic Lance, which I did not plan for, by the way, but these are two other spells that I definitely wanted to have. I can learn them here. Now, it does cost 100 copper per level. I only have 140 at the moment, so we're going to just hang tight with that and, you know, leave it alone for now. Alright, Eder, what's his damage resistance? 7? He's got this thing where, like, it's second chance when he goes unconscious. I think that's a bit of a trap. I think just having more damage resistance is better. So even though this is plain armor and the other one's unique, I'm just going to go ahead and put it on, take the unique one off. Now, for my barbarian, I want her recovery speed to be low, so because this basically is how much time you have to spend between attacks, and this is a penalty. So you have to spend like an extra 25%, you know, between attacks compared to what you normally would. Now this one has 35, so I don't really want to put that on her. At the moment, I don't want to put this on anybody, so we're going to just go ahead and put it in the stash. There's a good chance I'm actually going to end up selling off Eder's precious armor at some point, because it's just got such low damage resistance. It's a very weird subset of characters who would want that bonus, but are okay with a really long recovery. We're okay with a 35% recovery penalty. Okay. So we covered most of the map here. Let's scroll up this way. See if there's anything more to fight. Notice I'm staying in sneak form. If there is something hidden, then I'll find it, because I've retrained my wizard to be a very good mechanist. And if there is nothing, you know, no harm done, and sometimes it lets you even sneak up on enemies a bit. Will-o-the-wisps are kind of annoying because they notice Eder got confused, which made him attack his friend the barbarian. So wisps can definitely be very scary creatures. However, when there's just one, you can kill it pretty fast. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, there's a little house here. Little house in the bandit-infested prairie. I wonder what treasures lie within. Oh, some fruits. Excellent. Oh, some more foods and some lockpicks. And camping supplies. So what you can do here is you can just camp, which will give you the resting bonus. Any character that has survival chooses a bonus, and the bonus for having a single point of survival is 1 damage reduction, which is nifty. But I'm not gonna bother with it. I'd rather just leave the camping supplies there so that if later in the game I end up running into a situation where I wish I had more camping supplies, then I can just go back and pick them up here. Because again, there is no merchant in this game that just has an unlimited... Oh my god, that's a lot of wolves! That's more wolves than I thought were gonna be here at this time. Oh shit. Okay. Well, this might be a good time. Let's see if I can use some chill fog. What I want to do here is I want to see where the wolves end up stopping. Oh god, am I getting knocked prone? Is that what's happening here? Oh, hang on, I got the wrong character selected. Okay, there we go. Okay, are the wolves gonna stay put here, or are they gonna go to my back line? Okay, so the wolves are all kind of staying put. All right, let's go ahead and try chill fog. And do I have the right thing selected? No, I want chill fog. There we go. Yeah, there. So the way this works is really cool. Anything in the red will take the effect. Anything that's in the yellow area will only take effect if it's an enemy, whereas if it's an ally, it won't be affected. So this will affect all the wolves without hurting anybody else. And I think we should probably drop some kind of a buff here. Let's go for some holy power. This improves the might of allies in the area of effect. Oh, +3. That's actually not that good. Oh, geez. I need something better than that. Why don't we go for a repulsing seal to knock some of these assholes prone? Yeah, let's try that. See how well that goes. Oh my god, why is that so close? All right, Mrs. Barbarian, she's pounding on the wolves. Eder, maybe you can knock this one prone. Okay, that actually seemed to work out pretty darn good. I was really scared for a second there, but then they all went down. Thank you, chill fog. All right, I'm gonna take a quick cut here and then hop right back in. Okay, we've got just a little bit of ways down to go here in this map. There's a gray area here, and then I want to check the gray area behind this place. I can't remember if there's something there or not, but we'll find out. Let's go ahead and activate fast mode. Remember, if it ever seems like your people are going by way too slowly, just hit that D key to turn fast mode on. And like I said before, in stealth mode, on fast mode, they move around basically just as fast as your characters do walking normal speed on non-fast mode. Anyway, did I already do this? I didn't. Do we have to fight more wolves? We do. You talk to this guy and you fight some wolves. Okay, nice and cool. So who is this? This is my tank. Good. This is one thing that's kind of weird. You're not allowed to scout in combat, but like sometimes even when combat starts, your characters stay scouting, which is sort of weird. So let me unscout them so they don't creep up to the enemies for no reason. Let's see. We'll try to knock this leading wolf prone. Turn on Frenzy on the Barbarian. And then the other characters, let me just wait and see what develops. I guess the Rogue can start firing his bow. That's fine. Okay, so that wolf is prone. Good. Barbarian's got Frenzy on. Let me press the tab key. There we go, to see everyone's health bars. So one question you always have to ask yourself with the Barbarian is, do I target the enemy with less health, or do I target the enemy with more health and try to finish this one off via Carnage? The Rogue is shooting at this prone wolf, so I think this wolf's as good as dead. I might as well put my main hits onto the big undamaged wolf for now. I think Eder can just keep on whacking the wolf on the ground. That's fine. The priest can shoot at the big wolf, and then for the wizard, why don't we just shoot a dazing bit of raw damage there. Okay, and then see. So now this wolf is dazed, so the rogue has another 6 seconds to finish him off. Eder can also keep finishing him off. The barbarian can keep attacking the main wolf, and then the wizard, I guess, can just target the big wolf too. Okay, there we go. That's one wolf down. Everybody can focus the other wolf. Excellent. I don't know if there's a reward for doing this. Hey, we got 3 potions of minor endurance. Fantastic. Let's get some wolf pelts in here as well. So glad I came up there. So now notice I'm not in stealth mode, but fast mode is active, so I can just run really, really fast across the map. And then when I get to this new area, I can go back into scouting mode to see if I can either find something secret or perhaps sneak up on an enemy and not put myself at a disadvantage. Okay, I think that does it. Alright folks, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe if you did. And in the next video, we'll go and head on down here to Anslog's Compass and I hopefully be able to clear that out in one video. Take care everybody, I'll see you again soon.